Well, hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens. This is part 2 of a 2-part recap. If you're like, hey, wait a minute, I didn't hear part 1. Guys, it's because we put out a lot of recaps. Go back and listen to part 1, okay? It's before this one. Bye. Enjoy the show. Okay, let's go back to the scene. So she's like, I'm best known for my never-ending coffee cup, rich as fuck, which helps women redefine their relationship with money and manifest stuff when it inadvertently has given me the nickname, the Money Queen. You call yourself the Money Queen?
I know.
Nobody called
Your boyfriend gave you that. Your boyfriend gave you that on Santa Monica Boulevard. He's like, hey, Money Queen. Oh my God, he's the one.
So she's like, what are you guys doing this weekend? And son's like, well, we're going to a party. It's a small party. It's at my friend's house, Jennifer Tilly. Okay. It's the boho cheek sit in a chair party. She just sits in chairs. That's what she does. So look, it's sip and draw. Okay. You ever heard of that? Manifesty Fest.
This is the first time we've actually just seen sit and draw. Normally we see the painting, but this time they're like, we are not getting paint on our clothing. It'll be colored pencils. That's it. So Amanda's like, so where are you from? She's like, Augusta, Georgia. You know, oh my God, I'm from Sand Springs, Oklahoma. She says it like, oh my God, so close. And you see someone be like, those places are not close to each other whatsoever.
You are not going to compare Georgia to Oklahoma. Okay.
Different part of the South.
That's one thing we're not going to do today. Missy, manifester.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, she's like, well, yeah, Sand Springs though, you've heard of it, right? She's like, oh, stop it. I only know Oklahoma when you stop to get gas there. And Amanda's like, what? Oh, right. Cause it's in the middle. Like you stop in the plane between Oklahoma and Texas. Okay. I get it. Mm-hmm.
Sutton's like, yeah, because she's clearly Amanda's trying to do we're both from the South, or we're in the South or red state, right, or trying to do some sort of like alliance.
Southern. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And Sutton's like, yeah, but I mean the posh South and you're in the flyover, Exxon for airplane South.
Maybe you can find someone who's having a painting party that's from Missouri or something. Okay.
Hold on. I'm going to go talk to Kyle, and then I'm going to come and talk to you for 1 second and then go back to talking to Kyle. We call that a stopover. That's what your state is.
But no one's really nice to Amanda at first, which cracks me up. I think Kyle's like, this bitch who tore up my floors is coming on the show, you guys. What are we going to do? Well, we'll shame her for only getting gas where she comes from. I got your back, bitch. I got your back.
Well, remember when Vicki Gunvalson got into so much trouble for calling Oklahoma a flyover state? She's like, why would I go there? Like, why would I go? Why's Brianna go to Oklahoma? You just fly over it. I just look down on it. Like, you just fly over it. Why would you ever stop there? And everyone got so mad at her.
So now we go to Bose's house, and it's a sweet scene with her daughter, Lael. She's like, where's my brush? And Lael has it. Okay, let's have a hairdoing scene. So they talk about how Bose wants to be proposed to or whatever. And they talk about boys and stuff.
Lael wants Keely to ask her first before he proposes to Bose. So that's what she wants. And Bose is saying how the three of them have developed a really sweet little relationship together. And and she's like, I love that you want him to ask for your permission. Like, oh, you're my dad. That's great. And she's really proud of Lael for being like, I'm proud of her for taking this stance, but I really hope the answer is yes. Because if she says no, Mama's not going to be happy.
Yeah, could you imagine? I want him to ask my permission so I can say no. And she's like, well, just make sure before he proposes that I've gotten my nails done. They need to be fresh within the past couple of days. So it's pretty cute. And then we go over to Erica's, and she's getting glam. And it cracks me up how Erica's energy is just so different when she's around the gays. When she's around the other women, she's like, hello, I'm doing fine. Thank you very much. Going through a traumatic time. And when she's with the gays, it's like, oh, yeah. Wow. Like everything about her is just so different. It's like, we're going to Tilly's house and we're going to paint a draw. You know, I can't do that shit. Come on, gays. What do I do?
He's like, oh my God, are you going to have to have an abstract approach to it? And they all crack up. Like, it's the funniest thing. Like, oh yeah, abstract drawing. That's hilarious. So now at Rachel's house, she's in her glam. And the guy's like, or whoever the makeup artist is like, will there be like a naked man that you're drawing? She's like, oh my God, I hope not. Like I die. Cause like if it's Raj, oh my God, if it's Raj naked, I'll literally die. I'll be like paralyzed. I can't, I definitely can't. I'm like not going to draw that. Like, what is this? Like the Titanic?
Yeah. Like, what is this? The Titanic? I'm literally frozen to death underwater. Like I can't.
Yeah. Like I can't.
So Dorit's house, she's like, I'm wearing vintage McQueen. And her stylist is like, please don't wear that Labubu. Please. It's like, why don't you like me, Labubu? It's like, that's the only way to keep PK close to you, Dorit. Just let it go. We see a shot of it and it does look like PK.
Yeah. I am so excited for a few years from now when people look back at the Labubu craze and just like laugh at all the wealthy people who put these stupid things on their Hermes bags.
I hope that whoever invented those comes on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Like, I'm the queen of money. I got a bunch of idiots to buy ugly stuffed animals for like $1,000. Now I'm rich as hell.
Like, it's one thing, like I get like toy fads, like that's like, I get it, but it's just so funny that these people are so status driven that they are like, I am going to attach this stuffed goblin onto my Hermes bag. It's like this little pointy teeth and like a face, like it's like a where the wild things are. It's like a Maurice Sendat like stuffed plushie, and people just attaching it to their Hermes bags. It's like the funniest concept, and when everyone looks back at their pictures of like, this was me in my peak and look at the glamorous life I live. It's like, why do you have that strange thing attached to your bag? It's like, we're not talking about that anymore.
Yeah. Oh, Labubu. So now we go over to Jennifer's and she's like, well, I really wanted to have a party, like to kick off the summer, because I did miss Kyle's summer whatever party outside doing crafts or I don't know what it was, but I know my last party at Caviar Caspia did not turn out so well. So I'm going to have a drawing party because everybody loves art. So I have a little surprise for the girls. Actually, it's a big surprise.
It's nice to have her back.
What a welcome. God, thank God. What a breath of fresh air.
So, her assistant is like, oh, well, there's some caviar. Like, what? Oh, God. Am I made out of money? Apparently. So Erica arrives and Rachel and Jennifer is like, I've met Rachel socially and I've gone to some events that she's at and I'm a little bit in awe of her because she's one of the most famous stylists in Hollywood. So I'm a little bit intimidated by how super cool she is. I just would love to see Rachel have like a face to face with the Chucky doll because I feel like Rachel would like not know what to do. She's like, literally that doll is like, it's like I die. It's like going to kill me. Like, is that Raj? Is that Caius? Caius, are you there? Speak to me, Caius.
I think you could do with like pleated pants. Just like trying to give advice to Chucky. I'm not against plugs for men, but maybe like a little more subtlety would work. So she comes in and then Bose and Sutton come and Kyle and then Amanda comes. Oh, a stranger's going to come into our midst. Sutton invited her friend Amanda.
So then Rachel's looking around and she's like, wow, I think everyone did boho chic like really differently, which is her way of being like, you guys all did it wrong.
Yeah, you guys all look like shit.
I'm the expert.
Everyone else is wearing a potato sack and she comes in like this gold flowy dress. She's like, oh, so I guess we took this directive a little bit differently.
So Jennifer is like,
oh, Amanda, you know what you looked like in 1985 Chanel, where you had all of the Chanel models and motorcycle jackets and the sort of ball gowns. It's a fabulous look.
She's like, oh my God, 1985? That was the year that I was born in pretty much the same state as Sutton. That's crazy.
Oh, 1985? Really? And she's like, yeah, 85. 1985. I was in Hollywood selling sandwiches out of a hamper. 10 cents a sandwich, 25 cents a salad. So I would push the salads because I would make more money. While she was struggling to get out of the womb, I was just struggling. So
So then Dorit shows up.
I like that they make 1985 sound like the 1910s. Not 10 cents a sandwich. What? Sandwiches were not 10 cents in 1985. What is this?
Dorit shows up and calls like, "Hi, Dorit. This is Amanda. She bought my house in Bel Air for me. Yeah, you may have seen her destroying the iconic floors, checkerboard floors. Remember her? Yeah, she's in my house. Yeah, she basically works for me at this point. Yeah, This is her. Yeah, go meet her."
"Oh, well, how many kids do you have, Amanda?" And she's like, "I have 4. And Rachel's like, "You have 4 kids? You were like just born." And she's like, "Yeah, well, I mean, the older 2 are my stepkids and they're 9 and 7. And Bo goes, "Oh, so they're his kids?" And she goes, "Well, I'm raising them. They're my stepchildren." She goes, "Oh, well, I don't know if I like that. I don't know if I like another woman calling my daughter her daughter. There's only one mama, and that's me." Damn. Coming for the stepmom.
I know. Wow.
I don't think that was cool. I mean, what do step parents say? Don't they say they're my kids?
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know. I think some say they're my stepkids, and then some will say it's a blended family. I think it depends on how long or how intimate the relationship is, right? Because there are definitely step parents who just refer to their stepchildren as their kids. So I don't know, but
wouldn't it be bitchy if you were like, "How many kids do you have?" And then she was like, "Well, I mean, I have 2 kids, but then, I also have 2 other kids in my house. Like, I have stepkids."
Yeah, I agree. I think it's like you want to treat all the kids as like there's no difference. And so Bose being like, "Oh, you mean they're not yours?" I was like, "Oh, I feel like this will be an issue going forward."
It's going to be an issue. Amanda, you see it in Amanda's face. It's like, okay, the first time I'm on camera with them, they diss Oklahoma and call it a place to get gas. And the second time I'm with them, they diss me for saying I'm a mother of stepchildren. Mm-hmm. So you see the points start tallying in that brain. So Jennifer's like, "Okay, well, the invitation said sip and draw, and we've already been sipping, so now it's time for the drawing portion, everybody. So let's go outside and look at some penises." And then they go outside, and guys drop their robes, and there's a lot of wieners hanging out. Mm-hmm. And let me just say, I'm glad we're not painting teeth or cheekbones, because these men were all about the wieners. Apparently, otherwise, it would have looked like a Labubu painting party.
Yeah, it was a lot. So
it was a naked Labubu painting party.
Yeah, so Erica's like,
"Well, I'll take a bag of dicks over a bowl of fruit any day. Who cares about still life? I was married to that for long enough."
So then
I'm still trying to get a divorce from still life.
They're drawing, and Erica's like, "Oh, that one over there is not circumcised." And Kyle's like, "I mean, I've never had a mushroom, but like now might be the time to try one."
So now there's drinks and stuff, and they're all cracking up and being like, "Oh my God, penises, we are scandalized." So Amanda's like, "So do you guys have a mocktail of some kind I can have?" And Erica's like, "Oh, boo, you've got to drink alcohol. I mean, unless you're Kyle." Ooh.
She's like, "It's not exactly that I don't drink ever. It's just that I prefer not to drink, but I don't know who Erica is to think she could comment on my not drinking. Am I going to be shamed for good life choices? Is that her MO?" I was like, oh, I love that bitchy response. That was so perfect. I'm okay for good life choices.
I'm gonna start making a list of shit that Amanda is going to consider extremely rude. So living in Oklahoma, gas, I'm going to put. Okay, what was the second thing?
Stepchildren. And then mocktail shaming.
Mocktail shaming. I think we should start keeping a tally, because this is going to come up in a fight. And I want to see how many we get, like our bingo card of like, what is the thing that is going to finally burst her? And then she's going to list all of these other things.
So one of the models has taken this pose where he has put like his hand on the lower part of his back and is arching his back, and and Jennifer goes,
"Girl, can we just talk about this pose?" He sits on the chair backwards and then sticks his ass all the way out. It's like, is this a Cherry Boys? What are we painting here, sir? Put your cornhole away.
So Jennifer's like,
"I really like your pose. Can you hold that for a long period of time?"
And he's like,
No, it hurts. It hurts.
Amanda was really funny with them. She's like, okay, so wait, I just accidentally scrolled. What did she say? Okay, she's like, so, what about, she's like, has anyone ever ogled you in a way that made you feel uncomfortable? No. Have you ever gotten a boner? No. Have you ever considered your life choices? No. Have you heard of Oklahoma? Yes. Okay, I will draw your penis. Okay.
Are you a stepchild? So they, pencils down, hands up. So everyone's showing each other their drawings. They're just laughing. And Erica's like, you can tell who's not having sex based on these pictures.
And Erica's are like balls dragging like a mile behind the guy.
Jennifer's like, I definitely do not think that we have unearthed any artistic geniuses. None of these girls are particularly going to be the next Monet.
So they pick Rachel as the winner. And she's like, wow, literally just flatlined. So then they go inside to get dessert and catch up. So Jennifer asks Bose how his man is. Oh, such a cutie. And Kyle, are you dating now? And she's like, what? What? Am I dating?
Huh? Dating? That's crazy. No, I'm not. No, what? Dates? I love dates. The fruit, that is. I'm not a fruit. Wait, that's like, no, wait, what, huh? So Bo's like, here we go again. Why does she have to be
such a freak every time they ask her? Just say, no, not right. Like, I'm lightly dating, but nobody important right now. Like, why does she have to? She's like, oh my God, dating? And gets this deer in the headlights look. And then it's like, oh my God, why is everybody asking about me? Because you look like you're about to have a heart attack every time they ask you.
Yeah. She is so unprepared for the nosiest questions that she, by the way, always asks everyone else all the time. So Bo's like, here we go again. Why can't we just get to the heart of the matter? Everybody's seen the pictures. We've heard the rumors. Like, either kill it all together or admit to it. So Kyle's like, Dorit, have you gone on any dates? And she's like, no, because my husband is too busy torturing me. Just this morning, an entire package of chicken salad arrived at the doorstep. Why does he keep buying it and sending me the bill? And then sending me the chicken salad too. It's crazy, the demented games he plays.
Oh, is he back in LA right now? Because I haven't checked my location today. Oh, yes, he's back in love. He came back after being gone 2 weeks in Europe. My kids are supposed to go to Florida with their grandparents, and they're so excited to going to Florida. But now, PK, I got a letter today from the lawyer saying PK is gonna bloke it.
What? From going? Yes, this is true. Just to be mean. God, I love that man. I love that. And Dorit's like, yes, just to be mean. And Jacka has been walking around like he's got the weight of the world. Have I mentioned the weight of the world yet today? Weight of the world. I don't see my son anymore. I just see a world and 2 little feet under it because the world is on top of him. Do you know how heartbreaking that is for a mother? And he's been asking for dad. And he's asking for my dad and not his own father, for my father. Saba. Just like the hummus. And you know what? 5 minutes after him arriving, Jagger came into like the same boy that I've been familiar with. Do you know what that's like for me? And going to sleep every night thinking, my God, how are they going to be affected? Gee!
I don't even recognize my son anymore. He went from being little sweet Jigger to the Monopoly man and the go to jail card. It was so sad. But then he heard Saba and he's back to normal. Like, okay. And Kyle hugs her and Sutton's like, well, I'm just breathless watching Dorit crumble in front of everybody. This is good. She's like, the emotions are taking me back. It's like a time machine. I want to cry with her. It's just heartbreaking, but also really fun. It's like Beaches, basically. Breaks your heart by the end, but you want to watch it over and over again.
Guys, my kids, they need love and support. And just to be around family. And this is the first time I'm seeing the impact of mine and PK's divorce. And it's ripping my heart out of my chest. It just feels like whatever I'm doing is not enough. Some would say he has the weight of the world on him.
So he just wants to be around family, but I mean, PK's his dad. Like, isn't part of the argument that he doesn't see the kids? So I guess he's wanting to see the kids. But like PK, you're gone all the time and you were just in Europe for 2 weeks. They can go to fucking Florida. Okay.
Exactly. I think the point is it's like, yeah, he's the dad, but like suddenly he wants to step up to the plate right when she's planned something nice for the kid. And the kid's been like begging to go to Florida with grandpa.
Yeah. I see
and then suddenly PK is going to swoop in. No, like we all know it's a game. It's manipulative. By the way, I may make fun of Dorit, but like, and I think I speak for both of us probably, that we're like 100% team Dorit on this.
Oh, 100. We've said get rid of that man for years.
Yeah, 110,000%.
Yeah, and I still can't wait for PK to go to jail someday. I know it's going to happen. It's going to happen. I know it's going to happen. Although Dorit's pretty full of shit herself, but still, team Dorit over PK.
It's time for a commercial. It's time for a Crappens commercial.
Well, it's too overwhelming to think about everything. So if the most immediate thing right now is getting your kids to Florida so they can have a good time, let's solve it. Get those children to Florida. The Florida mandate.
The only show where people are trying to flee to Florida right now.
I know, right?
In today's climate. Like, oh, let's get to Florida. So, Dorit's like, yeah, he called up, he spoke to Phoenix, and he said, okay, well, if they're going, then Daddy's going to come to Florida too, and we'll all stay in a hotel, and you'll be with me. And Kyle says, well, maybe by him going, I mean, if you have to meet in the middle, like if he wants to go to Florida and stay in a hotel, then I mean, why can't he do that?
Dorit's like, I don't think you understand, Kyle. I'm not dealing with someone who's like, oh, let's meet in the middle.
Yeah, but he's saying if he's going to go to Florida and like get a hotel, I mean, let him do that. I mean, that's kind of a win. Like they can go see there and see the grandparents and see him.
Kyle's such a great friend. Sometimes I forget how good of a friend Kyle is until she steps up in moments like these. Gosh, what I would do to have a Kyle in my life.
Yeah. And it's like, but they don't want you, Kyle. It's like, I'm just trying to find a way, like, to be in the middle, like, meet in the middle. It's like, he's doing it to hurt me, Kyle. It's like, okay, like, look, we're not saying, I mean, look, maybe he is, maybe he's not. I mean, I don't know. Like, Kyle, I mean, even if you think that, look, I think any reasonable advice would be like, okay, well, the complaint is, okay, I'm not going to call it reasonable. I would say, I was thinking, okay, you say the dad doesn't want to see the kids, so he does want to see the kids. If he's offering to go to Florida, that doesn't have to be so. But I don't think the actual advice of it is that terrible. But I do think.
But it's her tone.
Right. I don't think the advice is that terrible, but you're clearly in you're in a bad position with Dorit already because you were cozying up to her husband and kind of taking his side, which appeared to be taking his side over her. And now she's freaking out over this last thing after he hasn't seen the kids for God knows how long. You don't even talk to her anymore and you're going to try and be friends with her. And this is the way you're going to do it. I mean, whether you're right or you're wrong with your advice, sometimes it's best to just say, how can I support you? You know what I mean? Because this is crazy.
And the thing is, what Kyle needs to do, which is what the rest of them do, is you can kind of give the same advice, but you do it in a way that's like, fuck him. You say, well, then you know what, Dorit, then you send those kids to Florida. And if he wants to show up in a hotel, he can do it. And that's his choice. But you send your kids to Florida, which is essentially the same thing. But Kyle, her tone is more like, well, Dorit, let's not be unreasonable here. Yeah. Let's not be crazy. You don't know if he's trying to hurt you. Like you're taking this out of context, which is so dismissive. And like, you want your girlfriend to be like, fuck him. And if he wants to do this, then fuck him. And it'll be on him, but you keep doing what you do because this is your life and you're an independent lady now. Like that's the vibe that Dorit wants from her friends and what she deserves. But Kyle's just like treating her like an imbecile, which I mean, Dorit is an imbecile, but you don't want to hear that from your friend.
Yeah. I mean, wow. And especially when you see it going bad and that she's getting upset to be like, oh, well, is he doing it to hurt you? Maybe, maybe not. You know, no. Like there's a time you just back down and say, she's really upset. How do I support you? That's it. That's all you need to do here. It's not that hard, especially in front of a group of people. You know what I mean? Like if you're having a conversation, if you're with a friend who's going through divorce, my sister went through a divorce last year. And so there's a lot of discussion about divorce and like, what's the right way to deal with this? And what's the right way to deal with this, you know, without villainizing the guy to the kids? And like, how do we go about this in the best way? And there's advice maybe she didn't want to hear, but there would never be a time where I would be in front of anybody doing that to her. You know what I mean? It's almost like you support your partner in this situation, my sister. You support your friend always publicly. And if you have anything where maybe you're going a little wrong or maybe you're overreacting, you do it in private. I mean, what the hell? And I shouldn't have to teach a girl this. This is like girl code.
Yeah. Well, don't forget, Kyle's kind of having the best divorce in history. So like she leads by example. So
and also when you haven't even spoken to her, Kyle, like that's the other thing. Like you're coming to this after not even speaking to her since the last season, after you took his side then, and you're coming back and you're immediately taking his side again. Like,
Well, I think in Kyle's mind, she's saying what you really need now is like a cool head and don't leave the worst in your ex. Cause like the way to get to healthy co-parenting is to actually give people the benefit of the doubt. Don't villainize them, blah, 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 blah. But that's not what Dorit wants or needs right now. And Kyle's just being a shitty friend to Dorit once again, as she has been for the past 3 seasons. So Dorit's
agreed.
Yeah, Dorit's like,
really? You could actually have the audacity to say, well, maybe and maybe not. Do you know how to ever show up 100% ever? I'm broken. What more proof do you need? Little jabs. That's all I get. You have known me almost 10 years. And how many times have you seen me this way? Well, to be fair, like literally like every episode, Dorit's like, and then I went to get a yogurt and they were sold out. Could you believe it? They were sold out to Crystal Farms.
I said to the TV, like for 4 years, what are you talking about? And Dorit's like, Sue, if you're going to help me out, put yourself in me shoes. You have a 9-year-old and a something-year-old, that girl, I'm not sure, around there. And they're leaving in 48 hours. And you're telling them they're leaving. And you're telling them to stay with your daddy, see your daddy, and they're crying as they're begging and saying, no, not PK. He tried to call me a funyun and eat me whole. Please, not Diddy.
That's what you think I should do, Coyle?
And Boo's like, well, you need to let him be the bearer of the bad news. And Amanda's like, yeah, let him either show up or not. Manifest that, bitch. I'm putting that on a glass. And Jennifer's
like you said, yeah, this was the best advice. If he wants to be the bad guy in this situation and change everything up, then that's great. Let him do it. It's not your responsibility to do it. You're the primary caregiver because he's never there. So you do what you're going to do as the primary caregiver, and then his ass can go ruin their dreams.
Absolutely. And Jennifer's like,
oh, wow, there's crying and now there's yelling and this party has really taken a turn for the worse.
And Amanda says, well, just prep them that they're going with the grandparents and they're staying with them, and then dad might stop by. And Erica's like, yeah, let him bear the responsibility of those children. He's not going to do it. He won't do it. Come on.
Yeah, I'd like to pile on, please. Call his bluff. Like, send them to Florida and be like, when you get there, you're going to love Florida so much, you'll be like paralyzed. You'll be like dead. Like, look at that flamingo. That flamingo is dead and you're dead and we're all dead in Florida together because it's so amazing. And he's not going to show up. And if he does, it's like one night on the way to like Saint-Tropez, which by the way, Saint-Tropez, I die. I love it so much.
So everybody, Dorit's furious. She's just yelled at Kyle and everybody's like, okay. And Kyle just gets up and she's like, yeah, I don't want to talk about this. I don't think I can talk about that situation anymore. And walks away. And, Jennifer's just like, okay, well, I guess another party's over. Another successful party. I would like to thank all the penises for coming, whatever. And then you just see that one of the guys still out in the back swimming in the pool naked, like
doing butterflies, angels. So Kyle, of course, makes herself the victim in this. She's like, Dorit responds differently to me whenever I make a suggestion versus the other ladies, but like the other women have never met PK, and whatever Dorit says, they just say yes. Like, what an asshole, what a narcissist. I can't help that I have like met this person, have had experiences with this person, and see him in a different light. That has nothing to do with you being a good girlfriend. Like, we've all met people who we've liked, and then our primary friend breaks up with them and you take your friend's side. Sorry, that's just what you do.
Yeah, stupid Kyle. So now we go to Kyle and Erica over at Kyle's house for the Kyle the Kyle pity scene. So Erica comes over, who really is who you want when you want to talk about something emotional. You know what? Get Erica. Get Erica over here immediately. So they sit outside in rocking chairs and Kyle's wearing like pilot glasses, but clear. And she's like, so, you know, go ahead, Ben. What?
Oh, just said I liked them. That's it. I just added an editorial comment.
Yeah. So, like, I was telling her, like, about guys taking off their robes, and she was like, so you had to draw a wiener? And I was like, it's been a long time since I've seen any, so,
Well, you're right, it has been. But that can all change now that you're single. So there you go. Am I setting you up to discuss anything now, Kyle?
I'm just so sick of people asking about my dating life, like, Erica, like, if you were seeing someone that you cared about very much that specifically says, like, please, like, I'm not part of this group and, like, be respectful, like, would you betray that person just because people are curious?
She was literally married to that person. Did you not watch your own show, Kyle? Erica's like,
I will protect that person for sure.
she's like, well, I mean, like, I've always told everybody just to be honest, and I'm always an honest person, and I'm not a liar, but I don't know what people want from me. I'm single now, okay? Like, I was seeing someone who I cared about very much, but ...
So this is the other thing. She's like, well, I'm not a part. This, if you were seeing somebody that you cared very much about, that says to me that she's still with this person and she can't talk about it. But then she's like, well, but then we broke up, I guess. So from this, we're taking that she was seeing Morgan. Morgan didn't want to be out of the closet. So Kyle had to keep it in the closet. And then Morgan dumped her anyway because she's on a show.
I think, no, Morgan was out of the closet. I think it was that Morgan was uncomfortable with being thrust into the spotlight, or maybe didn't anticipate it.
No, Morgan's not out of the closet.
Really?
No, yeah, she's not gay or bi. She refuses to talk about it in her own interviews and stuff. Oh. I think the last time she ever talked about a relationship was a boyfriend who's in her band. He's like one of the guys in her band, and they used to be in a relationship, and that ended, and that was when she was younger. So she hasn't talked about it. Yeah, she doesn't talk about it. So yeah, she's closeted. That's what Kyle said. She's like, I'm dating a closeted person, and they don't want to be out of the closet, and so shouldn't I respect that?
I mean, that does, in my mind, that does add like a wrench into all my previous pontificating, because you don't want to out someone. Yeah, that's a real humdinger.
Yeah, it doesn't change what I was saying, because I mean, I already knew that. So to me, it's still the same thing. It's like, okay, but you're the one who doesn't want to talk about it, but you still brought it on TV and then did that video where you were like in a bathtub and making out with Kyle and then doing all that. So like, I get it, but it's like you're having fun with the hinting about it, but you don't want to talk about it. But this is like a reality show where you talk about things. So.
Yeah. I mean, well, it affects what I said before when I was like, wow, Kyle can't even say that she's like in a relationship with a woman. Okay. I understand that. I understand not wanting to out someone. And I think that's fine. But I'm surprised. I always thought Morgan Wade was an out and proud lesbian. And I did not realize that she is actually, like, we don't know what her sexuality is.
Oh yeah. Oh, she's still closeted. So she says that, when she was separating from Mo.
You just said she's still closeted.
She is.
No, it's funny because it's like, we're not going to out anyone. We're not going to out. She's still closeted. Because
that's what Kyle's talking about. That's what's so ridiculous about this whole thing. It's like, oh my God, you guys, we can't talk about Morgan's being gay, but we all know that she is at least bi, but we can't say that. Like, it has to be, it's like this, it's like being out in the closet. It's like being out of the closet, but not having to suffer the repercussions of it in some way. It's like, okay, I don't know how to explain it, but obviously she's talking about Morgan. So she still is talking about this relationship. Like, everyone's not stupid. We all know what she's talking about, but by not saying Morgan, she technically didn't out her. So it's okay. It's like, what is this? You're already talking about it.
No, I'm just laughing at the idea of like being, like respectful, being like, hey, it's not up to us to out someone, and everyone's on their own journey. So we are not going to speculate on someone's sexuality because she's still closeted. Yeah.
Well, I know.
Closeted is basically saying like, we know what you are,
Well, because she's saying it because it's on the show. Yeah. It's just how they're presenting it. And that's what I was saying at the beginning. Normally my stance is like, we shouldn't out people, like I go with that stance. That's like a pretty normal
Yeah,
stance in our
100%.
community. But this case is different because they themselves have presented it differently. And now it's this big word salad that we're all supposed to say so that you don't actually have to suffer the repercussions, even though you guys are the ones who did it. And you guys are also making it sound like being gay is this huge villainous thing. It's becoming worse. In other words, like you not talking about it is making it worse for everybody involved. Like at this point, just for fuck's sake, just say we dated, but we don't want to talk about it. Cause like at this point, you're just making us all do somersaults over your stupid decisions.
I know. I will also say, like, if you happen to be someone who is in the closet and you decide to date a reality star, maybe don't do that if you're still.
You're not going to be in the closet anymore.
I respect someone like coming out on their own terms or even never coming out at all, but like also like, you know, consider these things if you want to stay in the closet.
Maybe don't make like videos with you where it's about,
you know, just consider these options.
Don't do scenes where you're like feeding each other on camera and giggling with your arms around each other, you know, stuff like that.
Tattoos.
Like if you're not worried about it, but yeah. So she says since separating from Mo, she was in a relationship and by the way, it was before separating from Mo, just to correct the record. And she's like, and I was at a very vulnerable place she was at a very vulnerable place and she fell really hard. And, you know, she's in love with somebody. She wants to share that because she's an open person, but it doesn't mean the person she's with feels the same way. So I'm guessing what happens, all my judgment aside, I'm guessing what happens. She starts DMing this chick on Instagram. They start hanging out. They start flirting. They start maybe hooking up now and then. And it was a fun, flirty thing. Like, oh, there's all these rumors about us now. Let's make this music video just making fun of the rumors because that would be fun. And then it backfires to where everyone's like, oh my God, Morgan's a lesbian. And then it has to become this big PR thing because she's in country music. And then it becomes this nightmare for her. And then it's like, okay, well, let's just not talk about it anymore, which didn't work because that was a whole year of people questioning it. And so, I mean, I get how it would be a conundrum for Kyle.
Yeah, 100%. And that's why it like throws a wrench into everything that I was thinking and saying earlier, because before I was thinking that Kyle was in a relationship with an out person. And so her being like cagey, like did not really make sense. But if her coming out then forces someone else out, that is a much more delicate situation. So I have to go back into my fortress of solitude and consider my stance on this, because I think it's more complex than like a sort of like a flippant off the cuff hot take, you know, deserves, or I should say not deserves, but like then it deserves more than like an off the cuff take. But I'm clearly like so surprised about this. Like I really cannot believe it. Anyway, so Kyle is going and she's like, oh, the speculation, all the talking is what ultimately ended it, and I could have weathered the storm, but this is not for everyone. I'm like, well, yeah, the speculation, yeah. I guess what bothers me is I hate how she turns it on us. Like we destroyed this thing that she had.
That's what's making me crazy. Like, stop making me feel bad that you did this. You did it. I don't care if you're gay. I literally don't care. I mean, if Kyle came out and Morgan came out, I would be rooting for both of them, even though Kyle makes me crazy. Like I think that would be ballsy. Well, but the way you're doing it is not ballsy. And it's not like you have a responsibility to come out and all that stuff, but you're the one who set this up. And now you're making us feel bad about it. And I just don't like that. Like, stop criminalizing everybody else. You guys did this to yourself. Now just be proud already and stop. Yeah. And if country music is going to be that way, it's too late. You can't put the toothpaste back in the tube. Okay. So tell country music to fuck the fuck off and get on with your life. This is don't live in fear like this. It's crazy.
And stop trying to appease a community that you think will not accept you, because, you know, like that's no way to live either. So Kyle is like, she's like, well, I don't understand. It's like people think they're owed an answer. And if it was only me, I would give all the answers that they want. But it's just like not only about me. It's just,
well, there are two people here, not just one person.
Thank you, Erica, for half listening to whatever Kyle's saying and giving that very perfunctory amount of advice.
Yeah. But also to what Kyle's saying, you've got a choice to make. You're either going to go for the love or you're going to go for the and I'm not saying like you should do it over someone you're just dating. Like, I'm not saying she should have done this years ago, but if it's to the point now where you can't be a reality star because you can't talk about your life, or you can't be with like the love of your life, like choose one, like just choose. Or maybe she did, and that's why she's sad.
Yeah, but Kyle is the one who's often pressed people for answers for years and years and years. And now she's like, people want answers, and sometimes there just aren't answers. I'm like, well, that's what's also frustrating, because you're being inconsistent with us. So Erica's saying,
imagine getting out of close to a 30-year marriage, unexpectedly fall in love with someone, but you can't talk about that love because you decided to put it out in front of everyone, but you can't talk about it. That's a really hard place to be. Even though this relationship is over, the women are still going to question Kyle until she addresses it once and for all and clears everything up.
So Kyle's like, I mean, if this person weren't so afraid of public scrutiny and life under a microscope. And Erica's like, well, when you love someone and you're projecting someone, it sucks because you can't be free. And she says that Kyle is the most honest with herself she's ever been. And she's open and understanding and finally willing to be vulnerable.
You're in a rock and a hard place, Kyle. I don't really know what to say in these things. So I'm just going to kind of just say some, that's the way the cookie crumbles. Can't have your cake and eat it too.
No soliciting. I read that one on a door once. I really like that.
He's a mojito, which means wet floor.
Yeah, so I don't know. So this was the coming out as being in the closet episode, I guess is what we can call it. Like, I'm out of the closet about being in the closet. Where's my float?
So I guess we'll see what happens on that end. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. Please don't forget to join us on Monday for both Amazon Live and Crappy Hour, our last Crappy Hour of the year. We can't wait. Check our social media for the times, etc. At Watch What Crappens, and we will catch you on Monday. Bye.
Bye.
Watch What Crappens would like to thank its premium sponsors. Ain't no thing like Allison King.
It's always a party on Allison Block.
Our way is the Amber way.
It's the Foster and the Furious. It's Amanda Foster.
It's always automatic with Ashley Auto. Put your hands together for Carly Clapp.
Get on the right foot with Chrissy Offit. We never miss our call. It's Diane Call. Sunday in the Park with Dylan Clark. Big yay, it's Emily Gauthier.
Aaron McNicholas, she don't miss no trickolas.
Hava Nagila Weber.
You'll never hide from Heidi Eleanor Jones.
I go, you go, we all go for Hugo.
Jamie, she has no last namey.
She's our kind of mess. It's Jennifer Messer.
Sip some scotch with Jessica Trotch.
She's our favorite streamer, Caroline Peacock.
Kristen the Piston Anderson.
Get a bee in your bonnet with Lacey B. K Sarah, whatever will be, will Lauren Silsby. She gets an A from us. It's Lindsay D.
Let's give a kisserino to Lisa Lino.
Fresh as a daisy, it's Maisie McHenry.
Megan Berg. You can't have a burger without the Berg.
This is Livin' with Michelle Vivian.
I love ya, Olivia Williamson.
She sure is swell. It's Raquel.
Yes, we canna. It's Savannah.
Cast a spell with Shannon Spellman.
Let's share with Sharon Eldridge.
Darn Skippy, it's Tippy.
And our super premium sponsors.
Make way for AJ Lopez.
She's VVIP, it's Amanda V. Can't lose when you're with Amy Baldwin.
Somebody get us 10 cc's of Betsy MD.
We're taking the gold with Brenda Silva.
Let's get real with Caitlin O'Neill.
Put us on a stretcher, it's Charlotte Fletcher.
Don't get salty with Christine Pepper. Can't have a meal without the Emily Sides.
Who, what, why, where, and Gwen Pentland.
Let's go into the woods with Guy Tubbs.
Nobody holds a candle to Jamie Kendall. Hail the Cork Master, the Master of the Cork, Jennifer Corcoran. We got our wish, it's Jen Plish. My favorite Murdo, Karen McMurdo.
She's a total knockout, it's Katie Manock.
In the study with a candlestick, it's Leslie Peacock.
Gee, it's Lisa H.
We're ride or die for Lisa Ryder Barron. She's a whiz, it's Liz Sarthy. Always killing it, it's Lola Alkalani.
The incredible edible Matthews sisters.
She eases our woes, it's Melissa St. Rose.
There's a chance of meatballs, it's Rebecca Cloud.
Maximum love for Sandy Maximoska. She's the queen bee, it's Sarah Lemke.
We cannot tell a lie, it's Sarah Telefson.
Shannon, out of a cannon, Anthony.
Please don't stop, it's Soli and Pop.
Let's take off with Tamla Plain.
You'll always get the full story with Tori Parsons.
She ain't no shrinking Violet Kuchar. We love you guys.